Good morning, YouTube, and welcome to another video from the Steve Adventure Academy. Today, as you can see, we're looking at the KME Sharpening System. Now, disclaimers, of course, there's no legal advice here, no medical advice, but we just thought we would take a few minutes to talk about the KME because we've been lucky enough to be loaned this one. We're actually sharpening a loaner here. This is a Evo 1. We're just putting the edge back on it. These are sharpened in a little bit of a strange way insofar as the heel of the blade is not sharpened all the way to the tip. And so what we've done is we've discovered what the edge grind was previously, and we're just mirroring that from the tip all the way out to the heel of the blade. It won't be quite as safe as it was, but are pocket knives supposed to be safe? Not as far as I know. In any case, we're working away at that, and we thought it might be fun to play the game a little bit. So, some things that we've noticed that the average person who's got a KME, and let's face it, maybe the average person doesn't have one, but the average KME owner doesn't talk about too much. Of course, they are measuring the angle. There's a variety of ways to do that. You can measure it based on the base, and then take the angle of your stone as it runs on the steel. With your cell phone's got an angle measuring device, and then you can subtract the two from each other and figure that out. There's also markings on the KME, as you can see. This one's going to end up at about a 25, since that seemed to be the mean angle. There was a portion in the middle that was probably a little bit closer to 26, and then here at the end it wasn't finished at all. So we're just bringing that over, focusing mostly in the heel space. Other things that you're definitely going to want, people talk about the Sharpie. You really can't overemphasize the Sharpie. Things I haven't seen, though, is magnification. So one of the things you can do is at the green dollar store, you can pick yourself up a pair of 2x magnification glasses so that you can have that available all the time. And I also like to use the magnifying glass. What that lets you really do is chase the black. So when you put the marker on the edge of the blade, and then you're sharpening over, particularly when you're fixing something like this area, you can really zoom in and out and chase the black. So once you've chased the black off the one side, you'll be able to feel the burr underneath like we do on this one, and then you'll know that it's time to flip. Other things about the KME that we've noticed, the difference, there is a mild difference when you flip the blade because it's not a precision machine, and so there's about a 0.04 variance between the two sides when you flip it back and forth. And that's, again, about the average on multiple blades. Other things that we've enjoyed doing is flipping this piece upside down so that the holder is on the bottom. Lets you get a much lower angle. And these will sharpen down to, this is one of those things that I've often wondered, is how low can you go? Well, based on the differential from the base to the stone plane, it's about 11.6 is about the lowest angle you can go per side. And my PM2 and also my Chavez 229 are both way down there. Makes them super slicey. It does raise the sharpening bevel slightly, but this gives you a nice consistent feel. The other thing that I would say is that you're looking to make sure that the plane of the blade, this one's got a slight curve, is equidistant from the plane of the clamp, so that you are getting a consistent angle over here, and you can measure that. You probably want to check your angle at this point and all throughout the blade to see whether or not it changes in any substantial way, so you don't end up with a big old flat plane in this area and then a much thinner bevel on this space, which you'll see when people make their KME mistakes. That's one of the more common ones, is they didn't check the angle with their mobile device from the one side of the blade all the way over the other. Other things that we do, little bro science. Generally, we work in the back and forth direction, as everyone would with the sharpening on the KME. But to finish, we swing from side to side. And what that does is it takes the heavy grind lines that are so much fun in the 1.0 and the 2.0 to look at, and creates a contrast by pushing the lines this way and really buffing them out. That gives you a much better ability to get into polishes. On this particular system, we do have access to the lapping films. But you definitely want to, if you're going to be serious, go down to the 1500 grit. So this one's graduated in 140, 300, 600, and then down to 1500. The 1500 is much easier to make the jump over to your strop. Other things that we might say about the KME that others haven't, there may not be that much there. It really is a super fun system to geek out with. You can use your marker to make your mark, and then start high and lower down 1 degree or even a half degree at a time until you figure out what actual edge angle is on your knife, and then you can either mimic it or you can decide how crazy you want to get. Personally, when it comes to these, we're all about the crazy. And so that's just a quick overview of the KME and what we've been using it for. I can only apologize for the cinematography and perhaps the audio quality, since we're not in our normal outdoors environment. But with a little bit of time, the M390, for instance, seems to take about an hour or so to get profiled down. But once you get it down, you can get to stropping, and the 100,000 compound from Lee Valley really does an amazing job. On every day and in every way, we really hope that you have a fantastic day today, and that you are able to, with the help of the KME, stay sharp. Thanks for watching.